Welcome to the tour through Earthschooling's 7th grade. When I enter the website as a member, I can enter at www.earthschooling.com and then log in using this button. Or when I'm logged out, this button will actually say Member Login, and I can click on this button and log in. Once you're logged in, you will go to Login and Navigation, Earthschooling Members, Curriculum, and Curriculum Member. On this page, you will scroll down to find the 7th grade curriculum. You'll click on the icon, and that will take you to the page where all of your 7th grade curriculum is. You see we have categories for each curriculum, and the nice thing about Earthschooling is that it's vertically and horizontally aligned in the curriculum, and all the pages on the website are also aligned. So if you're using more than one grade, or if you use one grade and then go up to the next grade, you're going to find the same organization on every page. So the 7th grade page, like every other curriculum page, starts with the introduction section, the daily planners, lesson blocks, music, teacher support, Youre With Me, member galleries, extra lessons, and then math problems and frequently asked questions. So we'll take a little tour of each of these pages. If you click on Introduction, we highly recommend starting with this page, and this page will show you what you need to do to start 7th grade. And it may take you from 15 minutes to an hour to go through this page or to decide what to print out, but having this investment at the beginning is very good, because then you don't have to go back and reference it later, and you really get a good outline of what the year is going to look like for you. So you have a tour through your Earthschooling member benefits. We're actually going to replace this video here with the new video, and so this will say Tour Through Earthschooling 7th Grade, which is the video you're watching now. There's another video we recommend you watch, which is called Tour Through Earthschooling Member Benefits, and this will take you through all the benefits you get that are extra with your curriculum package. For example, the Teacher Essentials page with a lot of tutorials and instructions for teachers. And then, just like every curriculum page, you're also going to get some things to get you started. Getting started with Earthschooling 7th grade, tips for teaching the blocks, tips for teaching the science block, and then a planning sample from 5th grade. And then you have your schedule and supply list here, a sample planner for the year, and then your supply list. And then you just click on the icon to take you back to the main page. So now you've gotten started with your 7th grade curriculum. You have a good, maybe you printed out a few of the introductory materials and just to give you a layout of the year. And now you want to get started. Now this is sort of a placeholder here called daily planners. Daily planners are something that we're working on, and we plan on starting to work on the 7th grade daily planners in 2019. Daily planners contain the same material, exact same material as the lesson blocks. The only difference is we have organized them in a different way. And if you remember back to the introduction here, there was a sample of how we did that in the 5th grade block. And so you can see a sample of what's coming, and these will be daily planners. And when you click on here, you will get to your daily planners. For now, we're going to go down to lesson blocks, which is the traditional method that we've used for many years. And the block method of education is where you teach each subject at one time and focus on that subject. So rather than having 5 subjects in a day that you're teaching, you may just focus on one subject or 2 subjects. Once you get to 7th grade, it's usually 2 subjects each block. And a block can be anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 weeks, depending on your needs or depending on the lesson itself. So we have different blocks here. We have, once again, I've repeated this just in case you didn't see it in the introduction, some tips on teaching the blocks, and then your 5th grade sample, like I talked about, that shows how we did the daily planners. It gives you some planning ideas. We have some main lessons in art. We have some geography lessons, handwork, wood carving, history, more history, and lessons in language, more language, some math, music, science, and then we can go back to our main page. Now on that lesson block page, you will find all the instructions for how to use the blocks. The blocks are written in order. So basically all you do is open up the block, and once you open up that block, you see exactly what your lesson is that you're teaching that day, and then after that it will show an assignment that you give to the student. Now some of the blocks have some music that go with them, or you may want to do music as a separate block. So you can click on the music here, and in the music block we provide a lot of MP3s for your students to listen to and for you to use in teaching. And then you can go back to your back to the main page again. And remember, all of these pages are organized the exact same for all the curricula. So next, after music, always comes teacher support. And teacher support is something you may or may not use. It depends on how much experience you have with this method of homeschooling. It depends on, a lot of things. You may use one of these files, you may use all of them. Sometimes teachers will use them with the students, so the students will watch the video along with them. And as the in the seventh grade teacher support area, we have some tips on how to do a main lesson. We have some tips on storytelling in the upper grades. And we do have a special book that's provided for all of our 6th graders and up. Get a book called Let's Talk Waldorf Inspired Sex Education, in case that's something you want to include in your curriculum. And these teacher support materials support you as a teacher. They're not necessarily for the students, but you can share them with the students. After teacher support, we get into Youre With Me, and Youre With Me is, Earthschooling is the only Waldorf-inspired curriculum that has Youre With Me included in the curriculum. And this is a very important part of the curriculum. It's movement, and it is movement combining thought and movement and specific actions. And to learn more about this, we have 3 articles on our blog. You can actually go up to our blog and go to the blog and then do a search for Youre With Me, and you'll find those articles. These articles are also provided on this page. There's guidelines for Youre With Me, and there's a lot of Youre With Me exercises which will keep you going for the entire year. And these videos are meant for you to do with your student. You can, if you already have familiarity with Youre With Me, you can watch them and then teach them to your class. But the teacher who created these videos recommends that you have the video playing and that you all follow along and have her as the teacher. So these videos you'll be doing all year, these exercises, and they count as your movement exercises. Often we'll do them during circle time. So some of the last things here, we have a member galleries, and this is always growing. This is a place where we keep photos and things that members have shared with us from when they did the curriculum. So we have members who've submitted photos for all of these topics: the Renaissance block, the Age of Exploration, science, Middle Ages, math, crafts and handwork. And so these albums are really nice to look at because they can give you some inspiration on what other people did. You can copy some of the pictures that they've done, and it can supplement the pictures that we've already provided in the curriculum. And like I said, this page is always growing. We add to this page every couple months, and so it's always growing. After that, you find extra lessons for 7th grade. And we have these, like I said, every grade is organized the same, so every grade has some extra lessons. And depending on what grade it is, you'll find different things in this category. They may be in free links that we found on other websites. They may be review lessons. On the 7th grade page, we have an astronomy main lesson book sample, which is a main lesson book sample that goes above and beyond the one on the main page. There's verses for the Age of Exploration, which were not originally included in the lesson, but we've included them. And then we have a recommended reading for 7th graders, which is optional, but it's highly recommended. And so that's what's on your 7th grade extra page. However, we're always adding to that page as well, and we do take requests for the page. If you have something extra that you'd like to have your student work with. And then last, well, not quite last, we have our math problems, and these are available for every grade, first grade through high school. We provide links to math problems and review in this case. We actually have some 6th grade math review here on this page. So you have all these lessons where you can review with your 7th grader some lessons that we feel are important. And then you go to your math problems. All of these problems will take you to specific curated sites that we use to print out math problems. And some teachers at this age will just give the printout to their student and have them do it. Other teachers will stick to the original, traditional method of writing the problems on the board and having the student copy them in their main lesson book. But in any case, everything that we teach on that lesson block page you saw before, you will also find support for that here on this page. So once you teach it, you can have the support of all these of all these math problems and worksheets to take you a little bit farther into the math. And then, like all grades, we have a frequently asked questions page, and some have more questions than others. This one here, somebody just asked about the supply list. She just asked, when I click on the supply list for 7th grade, I see the 6th grade, is this correct? And we say, yes, they are the same. And so that was one question that somebody had specifically to 7th grade. But there are a lot more questions in the general frequently asked questions page. And so you can always click on that and see, sometimes people have questions about where should I buy a main lesson book, or what kind of main lesson book should I buy? And that's not really specific to one grade, so we would put that on the general page. Then you can go back to your 7th grade curriculum package page, and you will always have this as your home page, very nicely organized like all the other grades. And you can click on whatever you need. And you can also use the sidebar here if you're on a computer. If you're not on a computer, you'll need to use this bar, this login and navigation bar up here. And you also have access to the essential parent-teacher guides. You also have access as a 7th grade member to the cultural enrichment pages. And you have access to the photography class as a 7th grade member. And so you have access to all the member connections here. And you have access to the legal resources and services. And so you have access to a lot of additional pages other than this, but you will see those in the other tour video. We have a video called Tour Through Earthschooling Member Benefits. So thank you for watching today, and we hope you enjoy 7th grade.